It is Sunday. How was your week? And how was this weekend? Sometimes I used to think, why do we have divided into months, weeks, days, and all that? Like it makes it so hectic, and a lot of things. We have a lot of things going on, a lot of wheels moving at the same time. But then, Sunday is one day that we get to rest, we get to relax. And today, my Sunday was amazing. I can tell you that my Sunday was stupendously amazing. See, I had praise service and it was so wonderful. And another reason it was amazing, tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very special day to me. And having praise service, going from praise service into tomorrow is just an amazing thing to do. Like it was so mind blowing. I had so much fun with the Holy Ghost. It was so beautiful. So, yes, how are you doing? How is your marriage? Has there been any improvement since we started these classes? Have you tried practicing anything? Remember that knowledge is power, but practical knowledge is the superpower. Putting to work what you learned, that is the superpower. So, having knowledge is not enough, will never be enough until you put to work what you have learned. So, we've been learning a lot. I hope we've tried to put to work some of the things you've learned. And then I'm here to answer your questions. When you try to put these things to work and one or two things do not work exactly the way I said, ask me questions. I'm ready to answer them. I'm ready. Right? We have our WhatsApp group where you can ask questions. If you're not on the WhatsApp group, please do let me know so I can add you to the broadcast group so you can ask your questions. So today, last week we talked about sunset focus exercises. We learned how to go through the journey and not just the destination. Then we looked at the different types of orgasm and we looked at the different ways to achieve that orgasm. So today we are continuing on in our training, in our teaching, and today we'll be talking about Tantaric sex. Yes, Tantaric sex. What is it? How is it done? How is it going to help me? I know that's what you're asking. I know that's what's on your mind, and we are going to get right to it. So please invite your family and friends wherever they are. That it's time so they can join this class now. So they can join this class now, right? Whew. Sir. I'm talking to my videographer. Sorry. It's the one guiding me because I'm not using the front camera. I'm actually using the back camera. So, yes. So, there's no light. The phone is not showing any light. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'm excited. I'm so excited. My birthdays make me excited. I'm happy I was born. I was born as an answer to the problems of many. I was born as solution to my world. And this that I'm doing is part of what I was born to do. Someone will say, how did you know? I know because I know that I know. When you experience something and you didn't like it, you didn't enjoy it, is one of the reasons why you should make sure that others don't experience it too. I'm one person, when I experience a pain, I go out of my way to make sure that people around me don't experience the same kind of pain that I experienced. I don't believe in everybody should have the same experience so they will learn. No, I believe in people learning from my own experience. I want to welcome little boy. I want to welcome Mrs. Adibe. Welcome. I want to welcome. There's a name here that I can't really call, but for everyone who has joined, Lydia, for everyone who has joined this class, thank you so much for being here. Let's go right into it so I do not waste your time. We've already had 12 minutes go by. So what is Tantaric sex? Tantaric sex is more of a practice, a spiritual practice that combines sexuality with um, energy exchange. It combines sexuality with energy exchange in order to create deep intimacy and prolonged pleasure. Tantaric sex is an exercise that combines sexuality with energy exchange to create deep intimacy and prolonged pleasure. So, how does it work? It has different steps. The first step is to create a space. Create a space. You know, we talked about the last time when we talked about sensate focus, we said it could either be in your sitting room, it could either be in your bedroom, it could be in a hotel room, or it could be in an Airbnb, wherever you want to set up your space with your partner. Set up a space. Now, this space, make it conducive. You can put soft music if you want, you can put scented candles, or you can put perfumes around, air fresheners. There is the other one, I've forgotten what they call it, but you know, anything that will make the place cozy, anything that will make it interesting. And please put off all those your white bulbs, put off those white bulbs, put off those yellow bulbs, put them off. Right. So just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute so that. Sorry for the interruption. So we said prepare the space, create a space with the right lighting, with the right scents, with soft music, anything that would help you relax. And then the next thing you do is start deep breathing together, sit facing each other. Remember, these things are exercises you do, they are not just theory. These are exercises. So you face yourselves, sit down, and practice synchronized breathing. How do you practice synchronized breathing? Both of you should try to breathe in together and breathe out together. Breathe in, breathe out together. Synchronize your breathing so that at the same time your breaths come out at the same time and you take them in at the same time. And you do this for probably 3 to 5 minutes. While you're doing your deep breathing exercise, remember you are sitting facing each other on the bed, on the floor, wherever you want to do it. Then you gaze into each other's eyes. That's the next step. There is so much in the eyes. There is so much power that the eye has. Remember, the Bible said, without a vision, the people perish. Vision comes from the eyes. The Bible has talked about ego, the righteous being like the eagle. The eagle has the most amazing eyesight on any creature on God's earth. So there is something about the eyes. And like we said in one of our classes, the eyes are the window to the soul. Your eyes are the window to your soul. So through your eyes, your partner can read a lot. For someone who is sensitive, you can read a lot through the eyes. So look, gaze into each other's eyes. You feel an energy connection. You feel an emotional connection when you gaze into each other's eyes. And please do not tell me that this is for young couples only. It's not true. Everybody is entitled to enjoy their marriage till they are 100. God will give you long life with your spouse so that you can enjoy your marriage till you're 100. So gaze into each other's eyes. And then you get to step 3, which is the touch. Here, remember in Sensate Focus, we talked about using oil. You can use coconut oil, almond oil, baby oil. Start a slow full body massage with the oil. That's step 3 after gazing into each other's eyes. Like, this is where you apply the sensate exercises that we learned. See, they are interwoven together. They are interwoven together. The difference, majorly, the difference between sensate focus exercises and tantaric sex is that there is energy connection building in tantaric sex. You do a lot with your breathing. You do a lot with your breathing. So, as you're doing your massage, focus on energy flow between yourselves. Let's not always be in a rush to get things done. Let's not always be in a rush. Whenever it comes to sex, don't be in a rush. Give it time, give it some time. I understand the fact that there are times you don't have time. We understand, but it's not all the time. So when you have the energy and the time, give it some time. After step 3, as the massage is going on, you can both sit lap on lap, like the woman straddles the man, like the man is sitting, the woman is sitting, and she puts her legs behind him. Most times the women are more flexible. If you got a man who is flexible, glory to God for you. So you put your 2 legs behind him and both of you start rocking together. You start moving forward, backward together. You move to each other, you move apart. Start rocking each other while gazing into each other's eyes. All these things, you're harnessing energy. Remember, the world around us is full of energy. Everything is energy. So all the energy, the Wi-Fi and all that, they all came from the space. They are not being generated anywhere. They all came from the space. Man tapped energy from the space. So you too can tap that energy and put it into your relationship. You can have an energy connection. That is where you start thinking alike. That is where you start ending each other's sentences. That is where wherever your spouse is and something happens to them, you will feel it, you will know. Beyond the sensitivity that the Holy Spirit gives, there's an energy connection that both of you will have, and you tend to know or feel anything that happens to the other. We see those kind of relationship in movies and we think it's a movie. No, it's real life. That's where they learned it from. They didn't just get it from outer space, they learned it from real life, and that's why they are acting it out. Finally, we get to step 5. Step 5 is where you finally have intercourse in Tantaric sex. That's where you finally do penetration, and when you do, you start slowly. Move slowly at first with deep breaths. There is no hurry in this thing. Remember, we are looking at the journey, not just the destination. Circulate the energy. And then after, you must delay orgasm as much as you can. Delay orgasm. Remember, we talked about ways to delay orgasm for the man, especially because na him im body go dey catch quickly. He's the one that will want to ejaculate fast fast, but you have to delay orgasm so that your woman can catch up with you. Delay orgasm as long as possible. Focus on the touch, focus on the sensations, and then when you both can't hold it anymore or she has had her own orgasms, you can now do your release. Now, after the intercourse, this is now the phase where you stay connected, hug each other, talk to each other, express your gratitude, either by touching or by talking. That's the last stage. Remember, the principles of this is energy over orgasm. We are in search of energy connection. We're in search of energetic connection. Pleasure is a wave and not a goal. Having pleasure, it comes in waves. It's not a goal that you jump into. It's not a goal that you achieve. No, it's waves of it. It comes in waves. Then deep connected breathing enhances your intimacy. When there is deep connected breathing between the both of you, there is this intimacy that it creates. There is a spiritual intimacy that it creates, right? Like when you study together as a couple and pray together, your spiritual intimacy grows. Same way, when you breathe together, when you rock together, when you gaze into each other's eyes, your intimacy, your physical intimacy goes. As it is with the spiritual, so it is also with the physical. So treat your experience as a spiritual union. Life is spiritual. Everything we do is spiritual, including sex. As much as it has to do solely with the flesh and the mind, it's also spiritual, because we know we are spirit beings and we operate in the spiritual all the time. So you use sensate focus to rediscover touch and to remove anxiety, while you use Tantaric sex to deepen intimacy and to exchange energy. All right. There are variations, things that might not follow the normal path. Remember that everything I've just said is following the normal path. What if there are some things that will cause the normal routine not to be followed? Let's look at some of those things. One, couples with time constraints, very busy couples. Those that are so busy, they do not have much time. They have very, very little time together. You can do mini sessions instead of doing the one that will last like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour. You can do 5 to 10 minutes, but every day. Every day you can achieve this. Every day you do not have to have sex, you do not have to have intercourse, but you can deepen your intimacy, and that will help so that whenever there is sex or intercourse in the horizon, getting each other aroused will be very easy, because there's already a connection going on. There's already an energy being exchanged between the both of you, whether you're together or you're far apart. And then learn to touch. Learn to touch. Touch helps. Every day, learn to touch. Your passing touch, in the kitchen touch, just a back rub, or holding hands when you're walking. All these things build energy connection. all these things deepen intimacy. Now, for those with low libido, or women with low libido, women who are trauma survivors, maybe she was raped, or maybe someone attempted to touch them indecently when they were young, or anything of that nature. There are ways you can handle them. First, start with non-touch intimacy, because these people, somebody with a low libido doesn't want to have sex. They don't want to do anything intimate. So you have to start with non-intimate touch to get to the intimate touch. You have to get them relaxed non-intimately before you start the intimate touch. And then someone who was raped, a lot of women, our country is not like white people's place where there is dignity, there is honor, there is respect for women. Here is a patriarchal world. So a woman will be raped and she goes to police station to report, and they make fun of her and make her feel like it was her fault, make her feel like all that happened, she had a hand in it, while she had no hand in it. So there are trauma survivors who are still dealing with the trauma of rape, who are still dealing with the trauma of abuse. So for people like this, start with non-touch intimacy. What do I mean by that? Read poetry together. You can find poetry's love poems online and download. You can go to Songs of Solomon if it works for you, and then exchange your names for Solomon and Shulamite woman. Where they write Solomon, write the guy's name. Where they wrote Shulamite woman, write the lady's name. And then you read it to each other and mean the words. Don't read it like you're reading Bible. You're not studying to go and preach anywhere, but read it like a poem and enjoy it. Put yourselves inside the poem. And then you can also breathe together. This is to promote non-touch intimacy before the person starts getting comfortable, before the person starts getting relaxed enough with you to now go to the touch intimacy. Now, also, you can use a barrier. Maybe you can use the bed sheet or something. You can use a silk cloth to put on the person's body while touching the person, so that your hand is not directly touching the person's skin, till they get comfortable enough for you to be able to touch them and they won't flinch. Because people like this, even if their husbands touch them, they flinch at his touch because they are already traumatized by somebody's violent touch. So every touch feels like that violent touch. So to help people like this, try to the person can be half clothed, maybe wear a lingerie, like it's mostly women, wear a lingerie, put silk on their body, or use the bed sheet if it's cotton to put in between both of you while you're doing the touching. Another thing you can do is to agree on a safe word. If the person gets uncomfortable with anything at any point, have a safe word that the person can say and you stop whatever you're doing because they are overwhelmed at that point. So have a safe word. This is for low libido people and traumatized survivors. Then to enhance eroticism, this is where we talk about the blindfolds. Why do you think we close our eyes to pray? We close our eyes to pray so we can concentrate and touch the spiritual. When our eyes stop seeing this world, our eyes open into the other world, the spirit world. We live in two worlds at the same time. We live in the spirit world, we live in the physical world. So it's not all physical all the time. Neither is it all spiritual. We live in both worlds. So because we need to concentrate, because we need to focus on the unseen realities, when we pray, we close our eyes. Same thing when you are experiencing sensate exercises or tantaric sex with your partner. To get maximum effect, you can blindfold the person. Use a scarf or a tie and tie up the person's eyes, close the person's eyes, and let the person just feel and hear your voice. Hey, it's not drama. For some people who have watched some adult movies, you see these things and you think, it's TV work. It's not TV work, it has effect. It enhances your senses. When one sense is shut down, the other senses pick up what that sense should be doing and get enhanced, right? That's why you see blind people, they have very sharp hearing, extremely sharp hearing and sense of touch, even though their eyes are closed. So it's the same thing that happens to you when you blindfold your partner and you are touching the person. The sensations are multiplied times 10. So the person gets to feel it more. So blindfold actually works. It helps. So sometimes just try it. Try blindfolds to heighten touch sensitivity. And then you can do temperature play. What do you mean by temperature play? When you use warm oil to massage the person's body, You can use a cold metal to touch it. When you use warm oil to massage someone's body, the person is warmed up. You take a cold metal and use it to glide over the person's body. There are shivers and, believe me, sensations. Same thing if you use cold ice to put on someone's body, sensations come. Or if you put ice cream, a lot of people use ice cream and some use ice itself. Yes, you can use these things to enhance the temperature play, going from cold to hot. All those goosebumps and everything. There are sensations that follow it, and it is amazing. So you can incorporate it there. All right, let's move on. For people with mismatched libidos, there are couples that have mismatched libidos. Maybe one person has low libido, the other person has very high libido. What do you do? The giving and receiving ritual. The person with high libido will have to sacrifice. You have to do the touching, a lot of the touching, without expecting anything back. Don't expect that when I finish, there'll be reciprocation at first. You, at the beginning, you might have to do a lot of the touching alone to get the person ready, until the person grows to the point that their libidos get to match yours. The more they enjoy sex with you, the more they orgasm, their libido increases the more. Their sexual desire increases the more, and they want to do it more often. So you can give and receive. The one partner can focus entirely on giving the person, especially the person with the higher libido. You need to control that libido to be able to get your partner on par with your libido. Yes, if you stay with low, and there are also other things you can do. There are fruits. We talked about fruits that enhance sexuality. We talked about apples. Did I say apples? No. We talked about bananas, we talked about soursop, talked about coconut, talked about what's the other one? The akiausa. What do they call it? It has an English name. I've forgotten. I'll remember the dates, the coconut. Ah, why did I forget that name? Okay, but we know what we call akiausa sha. For those that know, for those that don't know, sorry, by the next class, I'll remember the name, or probably I'll put it in the comment section after this class. So these are the things that can help build libido. So you can go ahead and take them. Coconut water helps too, for both women and for men. Now, let's look at common challenges you can face. Let's troubleshoot some challenges you can face during tantric sex. Okay. When your partner gets distracted or is anxious, especially the woman, women, we can get really anxious. The man can also get anxious from performance anxiety. He has performance anxiety, he can get anxious. But the woman really, really wants, she's anxious because she's expecting so much. And then when you have that, or the person gets distracted, like women get distracted easily. The man's the man's erection is outside his body. His mind is on it, his eye is on it. He can't get distracted. But for the woman, is it happening inside her body? So she can get distracted. Haven't you seen some women that their husbands are on top of, trusting inside them, and they are thinking of their market list? They are thinking of someone that quarreled them during the day. Their mind is not there. And the man is walking, sweating, huffing and puffing on top of her. And she's not moved because her mind is distracted. So what do? Okay, you can whisper affirmations, talk to the person, That's where they call it dirty talk, but I can't call it dirty talk because we don't do any dirty thing. I call it holy talk. The holy of holies talk. Talk to the person, talk erotically to the person. Tell the person, I'm here with you, I'm present. Speak sweet things into the person's ears. It will help the person's attention to come back to what you're doing. Tell the person how you feel and ask the person, how do you feel with what I'm doing? By the time that talk is happening, the distraction will be removed, the anxiety will be removed. And then you continue touching. If the person, don't worry, the person gets distracted with one touch, move to another place. Sometimes when you touch a particular place for a while, it gets the sensitivity reduces. It's the body, it reduces in sensitivity. You move to another place, it brings a whole new cloud of sensitivity, and the person's interest is aroused again. When it feels too clinical, when it's like Amara gave us list of do's and don'ts. So we are doing Amara's clinical work You are doing do's and don'ts. When it's like that, add sensual music. Remember we said to put music. These things will help put you in place. Maintain eye contact even when you're on bed. Maintain eye contact even when you're during intercourse. Try as much as possible to maintain eye contact. A lot happens with the eyes. Now, another challenge is when people say we can't slow down, we rush to orgasm. We can't slow down, we rush to orgasms. What you do is stop, take deep breaths. Stop, just stop. When you stop, everything stops. Take deep breaths for a few seconds and then you go on again. This will help you not to rush. This will help you not to rush. I remember sometimes for men, when they want to come and they don't want to come, they hold it, hold it, hold it. Like take deep breath, take in air so that that thing will be stopped. It's body motions. So once there is a disturbance from one side, there is a distraction in your breathing, it will affect the reaction that is happening in your reproductive organs, right? So take deep breaths. It will help you to stop and you can start again. Okay, so when one partner is not interested, when the other partner is not interested, you can start with common things. Start with a foot rub, start with a shoulder rub, a shoulder massage, normal things that they accept. Because you might say it and the person say, which one is this one again? You have carried magic to come into my house. Or the woman will say, oh, you want to initiate me. What is this one you're talking about? So do the normal things. Start with the foot rub, start with the shoulder rub, and then you can move on to these other things. Little by little, introduce your partner to it. Not everybody will accept it immediately. Some people are frigid, and some people have so much low libido that those things will look suspicious to them. So you take it one at a time. So what if you don't feel the energy? We talked about energy connection. What if you don't feel it? Close your eyes and imagine it. We are imaginative beings. God gave us the gift of imagination. Don't only use it to imagine who hates you. Don't only use it to imagine business contracts coming true. Use it to imagine energy between you and your partner, synchronization between you and your partner, and you see it work. You can also do physical touch. Place a hand on each other's hearts and feel your heart beats. I know these things are strange to us Africans. I know these things are strange to us, but these things are doable. When you see couples, white couples who stay together till they've been married for 70 years, been married for 50 years, you think they are not things they do to keep their marriage. They didn't just live like that. They don't just allow themselves be like that. There's a deep connection that time and age does not break. And you see them, when one person dies, give them 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, the other person dies because they have a very strong energy connection. So, yes, you can place your hands on each other's heart and feel your heartbeats. Is a kind of connection. And then when it feels boring over time, what if it starts to feel boring? That is where you introduce some things. You can introduce feathers. Yes, go to market, buy feather. They have feathers in the market. Those ones are geo mummies used to put in their hats. Buy it and keep it in your house. It's necessary for your sex life. You can buy a silk scarf. These things give different types of sensations to the body, so you can use them. If the touch of your hand is becoming boring to your partner, try using materials. Try using silk. Try using um feathers, or you can try eyes. We've talked about eyes. You can try using eyes. And sometimes you shift focus. Remember, you must not finish everything one day. You might focus today. What I want to explore is your hands and feet. I'll not touch any other place. That's where you give attention to every form of attention. For 15 to 20 minutes, you're focusing on just the hands and the feet. Shift focus. You must not rush the entire body. The body is big. Oh. You must not rush the entire body in one night. Give it time. Have a timetable for it. Today, let's do this. Tomorrow, let's move on to this. Like that, progressively. Time and aga, marriage are very enjoyable, right? Okay. So, final tips for success. Consistency matters. Even if it's just 10 minutes every week, try these exercises. 10 minutes weekly. I didn't even say a day. I said weekly. Try these exercises to help build your connection stronger, to help build your intimacy level stronger. Laugh together and adjust as needed. when you start, it might be awkward because it's something you read, it's something you learned, it did not come natural to you. So when you start practicing, like a doctor who is supposed to operate on a cadaver for the first time, it will be strange. They can put hands in the wrong places, bring out the wrong things and call it different names. But the more you do it, the more you adjust. These things are not rigid. The more you adjust, the better it gets. I hope we are learning something. I hope it's this class is interesting. Please let me know in the comment section. Is the class interesting? Are you learning something new? Is it worth your time? Please do let me know whether you're watching now or you're watching the replay, right? And remember to subscribe in case you've not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe and invite your family and friends to share in the goodness that you're experiencing. Don't only let your marriage be the one that is now sweeter because of what you've learned. Let others experience this sweetness too through you. You see, there is a whole lot of divorce going on. The rate of divorce has increased so much that we have to diligently work to get our family and friends out of that pathway. The path to divorce is now very broad, and many people are working on it. They are working steadily to the end of that path where they divorce and nothing can be done about it. But we can help. And a lot of them have sexual malfunctions in their marriage. That is the crux of their problem, not the other things they are pinpointing, not the other things they are calling, because like we said, there is a whole lot of silence culture over sex in marriage, especially in the church. So a lot of people are dying sexually. All right, sorry for that. There was a call. So one of the things we said we'll look on today is what how will you know that someone is aroused? How would you know that your woman is aroused, right? How are you going to know? What would you notice that will help you know that she's excited? You see, when you're walking, want to know that your walk is entering. You want to know that what you're doing is having results, right? You wish to know that you're getting results from what you're doing. So how do you know? What are some things that will indicators that will show you that what you're doing is working? First, there will be increased heart rate, there will be increased breathing. The person's breathing will get faster, the heart will beat faster. Then for those who are fair, there is something they call sex flush. You just see a wave of red all over the person's chest and hands and feet, all over their body. That's what we call a sex flush. It's not a sickness because if he's a very fair person, you are looking at it, you think you did something wrong and blood is spreading on their body. No, it's not a sickness, it's a sex flush. The muscle tones will increase, the person will be more tense, the lady will be more tense, the nipples will become erect, and there will be a slight increase in the breast. The breast will increase just slightly. For someone who is sensitive enough, who knows the size of their partner's breast, they will notice that there's a slight increase. Then the veins on the breast will become more visible. You see more visible veins on the breast. Then for the genitals, the vagina becomes lubricated. 2/3 parts of the upper vagina becomes more visible. Like you see the swollenness of the vagina. When you look at it with your physical eyes, you see it swollen to 2-3 times its size. Then the cervix and the uterus, they pull up, expecting a penetration, right? Then for the external, that's inside. For the external, you see the labia swollen, the inner labia and the outer labia, they are both swollen. The clitoris becomes more erect, becomes larger and gets erect. Most times they say the clitoris is a muscle that is a little bit strong, right? It's not very soft, it's a little bit strong. So that's what they used to say, that some people say that women have a small penis. They call the clitoris a small penis. So when the woman is aroused, it gets erect and it becomes larger. So now, after the arousal stage, remember we talked about the plateau stage. This is where the whole thing heats up and intensifies, and then you have the orgasm. So here you have further increase in breathing rate. There is more increase in breathing. Like you could practically be hearing, you be practically be hearing the person breathe. It's not quiet breathing because there is a lot of contractions happening in the person's body. The heart is pumping more blood, the veins are awake, so you hear deeper breathing, you hear increased breathing rate. So the same thing happens at the play two stage, except that everything that happens at the excitement stage increases, intensifies when it comes to the play two. Even you will notice that on the woman's breast, her nipples, that dark area around the nipples become darker, it becomes deeper, and it becomes bigger. It seems as if it is enlarged. So what do you expect pre-orgasm? When the woman is nearing orgasm, you need to know these things, oh, like I said, so that you know whether your work is producing results. You're not firing and miss. The Bible talked about fighting and miss. You're the one blowing the air. Don't be the one blowing the air in your sexual life. You have to know that what you're doing is working. So how do you know? As the woman first, when she's close to orgasm, she starts sweating more. She starts sweating more, and then her vagina starts contracting more often. You feel the contraction. So long as you're inside her, you feel it contracting more often than before. Her body begins to tense up and relax. Her body tenses, relaxes, relaxes fast, right? This is the tension building up in her. So at this time now, what do you do? When you notice these things with your woman, what do you do? First, maintain stimulation. Whatever you're doing at that time that got her to that point, oga, don't stop. Brother in the Lord, pastor sir, don't stop. Because most people stop. You see, the same speed, the same pressure you're putting, however you're doing it at that time, don't try to stop it. Hold on to that fight of faith. However you're fighting it at that time, don't go faster, don't go slower, don't stop. Just continue that pressure the way you're doing it, and you actually bring her to orgasm. Don't change anything. Don't change anything. Maintain stimulation. Two, don't change positions. If you start notice pre-orgasm indicators on her, don't go and change position. Because once you change position, remember I told us a woman's orgasm is very flimsy, is easily lost. So once you change position at that time, you will lose it. She will lose her train. She will lose her train of movement, and you will lose that orgasm. Sometimes she too will be tempted to move. She wants to, because she's feeling overwhelming sensations. Sometimes you want to run. She wants to jump up. It's too much. Like it's blowing her mind. She wants to jump up. No, let her. Because once she moves, the train of orgasm is going to stop. She's going to lose it. And that will be more work for you, because you have to start from scratch. So don't let her move. Those tensions she's building up, that thing that's making her want to run out, that thing that makes her want to jump up or shift, that thing is the tension that she needs to release as orgasm. Do not let her. Continue what you're doing. Hold her down if you have to. If you have to hold her down, tell her not to move. Stay there until you achieve orgasm. And also teach her to let go. Some women at those points, because especially for some who have not been experiencing orgasm, for those that it will be their first time, they will be tempted to hold back. They don't know what's happening to them. A lot of sensations is hitting their minds, is hitting their heads, is hitting their brain. Like their brain is on overdrive. So they want to hold back. No, you have to tell her to let go. She has to be able to let go so that the orgasm can flow. If she tries to hold it back, she's delaying herself and she's delaying the orgasm. She delays it long enough, she might lose it. So at this point, she will tense up as if she's holding it, especially if it's G-spot stimulation. It makes women think they want to pee. It makes women think they want to urinate, they want to pee, and then they are worried about the bed sheet. Tell her that pee, she should hold it, because it's going to intensify the orgasm. Even if little comes out, it will not kill anybody. Remember, we said to protect your bed sheet, buy a large towel that you can spread on the bed, and is easier to wash than always washing your bed sheets, right? So even if a little bit of fluid comes out of her, she should not be panicked. She should still have her orgasm. And then finally, make sure she's make sure she's breathing. Because some women will hold their breath. They want to hold everything. They want to everything happening to them. They want to understand it, and because they don't understand it, they want to hold in their breath. They hold their breath. Please make sure she's breathing so that she doesn't die from orgasm. So make sure she's breathing. You see, that's how some men, you see men after very some rounds of sex, they die from heart attack and all those things. Some of them were holding on too tightly, some were holding their breath. So don't let her hold her breath. Rather, make her breathe slowly and deeply. Help her to breathe slowly and deeply. During orgasm, there are some things you notice. First, you notice the sharp increase in heart rate and breathing rate. You notice muscles contracting all over her body. Her feet is contracting, her hands are contracting, her pelvic muscles are contracting, her vagina is contracting, her thighs, her back, buttocks, every part of her. A lot everywhere there is contractions, right? And then her toes might go forward. You might see her toes arch forward like ballet dancers. Her toes might arc forward. And you know, you could see that these things happen. They are visible. That's why we said a woman shouldn't fake orgasm and deceive you. There are very visible signs that she cannot fake. She cannot fake all those signs at the same time. Normal now. The body, the body supplies these signs. So she doesn't have to do anything. She doesn't have to do anything. Her body supplies the signs as the sensations come. But when she's faking it, she's doing it herself. So she can't do all of it at the same time. Some have panting breaths, like they are now panting like dogs. They are not breathing normally again. They are not breathing without talking again. Their mouths are open and they are panting. Some have uncontrollably shaking voice. They can't speak well. They speak in tongues of angels and of men at that point. It's tongues of angel and of men. There are some that make steady eye contact. They are looking at you like they are lost. Like her eyes are on you, look boring into your eyes like she's there, she's no more there. She's there, oh. She's very much there. Now, orgasm is meant to last 15 to 20 seconds, almost a minute. It's not supposed to pass a minute. A woman's orgasm lasts 15 to 20 seconds, or at most a minute, under 1 minute, actually. Remember, keep doing what you're doing. Stop until she finishes. When she finishes, all the contractions will stop. She will become soft again. She will become normal again. All the panting and all those things will start reducing till they stop eventually. But while she's still having that orgasm, my brother, do not stop what you're doing. Continue what you're doing. Hold on. Don't give up till she's finished. Till every beat is finished. Till everything is done. Don't stop, right? And there's something else you can do. You can also concentrate stimulation while she's orgasm. When you keep doing what you're doing as the orgasm is catching her, the orgasm will be more intense, right? The orgasm will be more intense. It will be deeper when you keep doing that thing you're doing than when you stop. There are some people, when the woman starts the orgasm, they stop. And then she's expected to finish. Some women lose it. They don't finish. The orgasm goes halfway and stops. So keep doing what you're doing during orgasm until it finishes and she calms down and every contraction stops. Then you know you've won the cup. All right. So how do you spot faking orgasms? How do you spot fake? You know why I'm saying this, eh? Someone will say, what's your business with someone that is faking orgasm? Is her loss. See, when women fake orgasm around you, they resent making love to you. They resent having sexual intercourse with you. And if you're her husband, it's the same thing. She will resent it. She will not want to do it. She will not desire you. So it's very good to know when she's faking it and to know when it's real and to ensure that she has real ones instead of faking it. Some women fake it because the man is not getting it right. And when they try to correct him, he doesn't take correction. So they have to fake it so he can leave them alone. They have to fake it so they can rest, so that he can come down from on top of them. Those things are not right. That's why we are talking to men. Pay attention. Be sensitive to your woman. Put her first. Put her first. Remember that when you put her first, when you give to her first, she will give you back in quantum. So how do you know fake orgasms? First, she'll be too vocal. A woman having orgasm can barely string her thoughts together. She can barely speak. And when she speaks, her voice is shaky. But the one that is shouting, oh, Chimo, oh, Bomo, my God, oh, fake, fake, fake. Nothing is happening to her. She's still sane. She has not gone loco from the orgasm. If she's too vocal, she's faking. Now, during orgasm, a woman's vagina and her anus contract, not just the vagina. So if you press your hand on the anus, you see it contract during orgasm. So if you do that and it's not contracting, there are possibilities she's not having any orgasm. Her pupil size does not dilate. The eyes, person is looking at you, you will notice from the person's eyes that the pupils dilate when they're having orgasm. If they are not having orgasm, her eye will be sharp like lion own, very sharp, and looking at you like winchy winchy. So this will show you. And besides, when a woman orgasms, there is added lubrication to her vagina. You will feel it. You will feel more lubrication. You feel more wetness. You don't feel it. Know that she did not. There's a very high chance that she did not orgasm. All right. So we said we'll talk about the most important part of sex, the most important part of your session, your sexual intercourse session. That most important part is not the arousal, it's not the creating anticipation, it's not the play to stage, it's not the orgasm stage. The most important stage is the refractory period. What do we call the refractory period? That is that period when you are done, both of you are done, you have both orgasmed, you are both satisfied, you are both good with the sex. What happens then? Now we're talking to the men, right? You have several options you can take. The number one option that men take is roll over and sleep. You've spent the last 1 hour, giving her orgasm, working so hard, pushing it, pushing the rock, making sure she's okay. And now everybody is fine. So I should go to sleep. That is a very terrible option. It's a very terrible option, right? Yes, you get some sleep. Yes, you relax. But the consequence is that your lover, your woman, would definitely be unsatisfied. Your woman would definitely feel bad about it. You can't make this your normal thing. I know sometimes you'll be tired, like it's been a long haul, like it's been a lot of work, you'll be tired, and you go to sleep immediately. But don't let it be your response. Don't let it be the route you go all the time. Because have you noticed, dear brothers, that the woman does not sleep immediately? Oh God, I don't know what God put in women. You see that pussycat spirit, pussycat that does not sleep. Women does not sleep immediately. They don't sleep immediately after sex. It takes them some time. And that time is important. That time is the time you bond with her. That time is one of the options. But we are looking at the first option. So the first option is you roll over as a man and you sleep and you leave her. Believe me, she will resent you. She will be upset. She might not say anything. She might understand that, okay, you're tired. But she's asking, what about me? I'm still here. I'm still awake. I can't sleep. I wish I could. That's the point where my husband says, there is no sleep for the wicked, says the Lord. That is the wicked one that is looking for sleep because him, he has slept, right? So, rolling over and going to sleep at the refractory period after you've both orgasm is not good for your relationship. It's not good for your sexual life. It's not good for your marriage. Don't do it all the time. I know sometimes it can be overwhelming and you really can't help it. But please be conscious that you shouldn't do it all the time. Another option you can do is to get up and go and do something else. There's something that happens when you have great orgasmic sex. There's this energy, especially men, that comes into some men. The energy bar, I have experienced it severally, I know. Omo, let me give you expo. If I want my husband to do house chores, I'll just settle him in the morning. You settle him early in the morning, that guy will clean the whole house, wash everything. You'll be wondering, did something happen to you? What's going on? He's cleaning, he's washing, he's doing it happily and joyfully with plenty energy. So yes, it's possible that that rush of energy comes and you want to get everything done and you abandon her while she's still there trying to come down from her high. You abandon her and start doing house chores, or you get ready and jump into your day. It's even worse. It's better you're sleeping but you're still beside her, she can still look at you, than you leave everything, get up, and you have gone. That's the worst option of what you can do. You know the consequence. She feels abandoned, emotionally abandoned. She might not say anything. She will just feel like you used her and left her, like dumped her. That's what your woman will feel like. And you don't want her to feel that way, because what that does, it creates resentment, it creates frustration, it creates undesirableness of our spouse. So please don't even try that one. Don't try that one. You know the best option, give her 15 minutes of your time, 10 to 15 minutes of your time. Cuddle her, hug her, just lightly touch her body, talk to her till she sleeps off, or she's very close to sleeping. Then you can take your own rest. It's not me that did it oh, you are the head of the home, you're the head in everything. See, head is not only when the woman has to submit her money to you. Head is not only when she has to greet you first in the morning. All those things you're fighting head over. There are more important matters that you're head over, and you have to behave as the head, even when it's uncomfortable for you, even when it's not easy for you. Like this one, you want to sleep, you're tired, or you have plenty energy, you want to get up and go, you want to get up and do some things, but this woman needs you. This is the refractory period. This is the most important period. This is where you set the tone, whether she will desire you tomorrow, whether your sex life will be robust, whether she will be a happy wife. This is actually where you do it. So give her some time. Take time and enjoy the afterglow. Take time and talk to her, you know, talk about little things. You can talk about, how did you enjoy the sex? Was there a part I didn't get well? Was there anything that you enjoyed more? This is the time to talk about it, because you might not have another time to discuss it. So this is that time. Take some time with her and stay connected with her emotionally and physically. Cuddle her, talk to her, be there with her until she's okay. 10 to 15 minutes, she's good. She's fully calmed down, she's fully relaxed, and then you can get up and go to your day, or you can roll over and sleep off. So it's 9 o'clock on the dot, and this is where we're going to be ending our class for today. Next week, we are going to be talking about positions, sex positions that helps with clitoris stimulation, G-spot orgasm, the sex positions that you can do that will give you these things faster, so you don't keep trying everything. Let's tell you the exact ones you need to do. When you do them, you get the results quickly. And then we'll start talking about men from next week, how to please your man. Very important, very important. We've talked about women for a long time. So next week we'll talk about the different positions for different kinds of orgasm, for different ways to, better stimulate some parts of the woman's body, and then we'll take off from pleasing your man. I hope you gained one or two things from this class. Thank you so much for joining in. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment if you enjoyed the video, and remember to invite others. Subscribe to our channel, Sacred Unions and Desires. My husband said it's Sacred Songs and Solos. So one day I will come and say, welcome to Sacred Songs and Solos. Sacred Unions and Desires. See me in your dream. I want you to have a good sex life. As a Christian, as a believer, in these end times, there's a lot of temptation out there. You want to have everything at home, so you stay home. And this is one of those ways to have everything at home. The right knowledge will help you have everything at home, so you do not have to go outside and expose yourself to danger. The rapture is very close. You don't want to be caught doing the wrong things at this extra time that we have now. You don't want to be caught doing that. My name is Amara Miracle Ndonofit, and I'm still your host on Sacred Unions and Desires. See you next week, Sunday, by 8 p.m. See you next week, Sunday, by 8 p.m. Oh, thank you so much. Angoli Sam, I see your posts, I see your comments, and I'm going to reply to all of them right now. Thank you so much for being part of this broadcast. I love you from my heart. And please, tomorrow, say a prayer for me. Say happy birthday to me, and say a prayer for me that God will help us to do this work and fulfill it. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful night rest. God bless you. Whew.